In this video, I've brought together a great selection of 30 very small but very useful gadgets to enhance your everyday pocket carry or add some additional functionality to an existing, let's say, outdoor kit or travel kit. And there's a lot to go through here, so links in the description down below. And let's get started with the Microblade XL. Now, I've featured the Microblade Pill before. There's a short and stubby blade concealed in this pill-shaped casing that's not much bigger than, well, a pill. But now Microcarry have released a larger version creatively named the Pill XL, and it's quite a bit larger than the original, as you can see, which makes it easier to grip and also easier to use. Now, there's a hole here which is good for a keyring or a lanyard, and the cap on this is held in place securely with a ball bearing detent, and it snaps reassuringly back into place, so no danger of tripping up and giving yourself a surprise vasectomy. The different cutting edge we see on the XL is a different profile to the original, and we are told is sharper as well. And I found it makes a great package opener and is also good for scoring and scraping, but I did struggle to get it to cut paracord, so not what I would call a knife replacement, but it's a lot better than nothing at all. There are several finishes to choose from here, and it comes in at around $30 for the new XL, and the original is still available at $20 for those who prioritize size, and Microcarry ship worldwide. So I guess there is a question as to whether this would be described as a fixed blade knife, which would make it illegal to carry in some countries, including the UK. But for me, this is a package opener, and as such, I certainly wouldn't have any issues carrying it on my keyring. The Lensrapper is something I found on Amazon when attempting to find the smallest sunglasses case, and this minimal approach actually works surprisingly well. It's very simple. It's just made from a square of slimline premium leather with a stiff lining and is folded in half, and it conceals these strong magnetic catches. So you simply put your glasses in here, fold the case over them, and there you go. Your lenses are protected from damage and the glasses can't be easily bent or crushed. And the case adds virtually no weight at 22 grams, which is less than an ounce, and no bulk. Now, clearly there is a compromise here as the arms are still exposed and could be subject to damage, but on balance, I think this is a really good option. And surprisingly, this will fit most glasses unless they are very bulky or very heavily curved. As for the price, this cost me £26, which is over $30, so not cheap, but the quality is very good and there are loads of colours to choose from. A look at small everyday carry wouldn't be complete without mentioning Rovyvon. They make the best small flashlights, and I carry one every day. And not just for nighttime use in emergencies, but for dark cupboards, gloomy drawers, dropped items, small print, and for close-up work. And this one is part of the A series. This is the size I carry every day, and this one is the aluminium A3 and has this very nice super hard wearing micro arc oxidization finish. It's also unbelievably lightweight at just 20 grams or 3/4 of an ounce, and it has a 650 lumen maximum output, which is unbelievably bright for a light of this size. You also get 4 light levels plus strobe with instant on and a lockout mode, along with good battery life and USB-C charging. And if my experience is anything to go by, once you start carrying one of these, you will never be without it. It comes with a pocket clip which has a built-in magnet and also a keyring, and it costs around $35 or pounds. Comm are one of the best suppliers when it comes to adventure gear. They source and manufacture mainly for US government agencies, but certain lines and overruns are available on their website for sale to the public. And I have here a selection of some great small EDC items from their range. Now, Comm have been good enough to offer 10% discount to channel viewers, and I've put that link in the description down below. This is the Pico pull capsule, and this one is in brass, but it's also available in various lighter weight and lower cost materials. It's waterproof with an O-ring seal, so that makes it ideal as a mini pill case for essential meds like pain or, say, allergy relief, or it could just as easily hold tinder and keep it dry for fire lighting. And the small size means it can double up as a zipper pull, hence the name, for, say, a backpack or a coat to keep it close to hand. This brass version is made in the US and it comes in at $14. And staying with the pill case theme, I have here another capsule, but this time much bigger. This is called the EDC Capsule, and it's made from a high performance polymer called Ultem, which is super strong, lightweight, heat proof, flame resistant and resistant to oils, acids and alcohols, and is also food safe. Now this capsule is also waterproof. As you can see, we've got an O-ring seal here, and with it being transparent, it means you can see at a glance what you have stored in here. And I should say this thing is seriously lightweight at just 6 grams, which is less than 1/4 of an ounce. So a super lightweight and useful container, but that Ultem material doesn't come cheap, and this will set you back around $30. Next up we have something which looks identical in shape to the last item, but in this case we have a heavy brass case because this is a lighter, and it's called the Peanut XL. It uses lighter fuel and has an O-ring seal to stop that fuel evaporating, and there is quite a lot of capacity in here, giving this a continuous burn time of around 15 minutes. And the flat base does mean it can be used like a candle if needed. The lighter part can easily be accessed to top up the fuel or replace the flint or wick, and spares are included with the lighter. Or the lighter can be removed altogether, and this can be used as a general waterproof capsule. At 60 grams or 2 ounces, the weight here might rule it out for those traveling super light, but for everyone else, this is a really nice item, and expect to pay around $50. This is the Pen Go, a really practical mini pen which is surprisingly nice to use. It's just under 3 inches in length, but it's about as thick as a standard pen, and when you combine that with the machine detailing on the barrel, it's actually really easy to grip and really nice to write with. It has a German pressurized Lamy M22 refill, which is a great choice, and it has an O-ring seal to keep it dry, and also a lanyard hole in the lid for easy bag, neck or pocket carry. Comes in a choice of materials. This one is titanium and I think looks great, and it weighs in at 16 grams or half an ounce. I also have this brass version, which is 25 grams or 0.9 of an ounce. And then we have one made from the Ultem material, which is super light at, would you believe, just 6 grams or less than 1/4 of an ounce, so perfect for an ultralight traveller. And they all come in at the same price, which is around $30. This is a survival fishing card, and I also have here an emergency sewing card. Now, I've seen this sort of thing before, but the difference here is that these are made from titanium, which means strong, lightweight and corrosion free. They are credit card sized and have a thin layer of neoprene stuck to one side, which avoids the potential of a hook or a needle becoming dislodged and sticking in somewhere it shouldn't. The card itself is about 1 millimeter thick, but once you've got the neoprene on the back, the overall thickness is more like 2 millimeters, which is about 1/16 of an inch. The fishing kit weighs about 8 grams or 1/4 of an ounce and includes 14 hooks and a saw, and the sewing kit, which has more metal in here, weighs about twice as much and features 14 needles and 12 buttons, and these get great reviews on Comm's website and come in at around $15 each. Now, I really like this next one, and it's actually a perfect complement to the fishing kit. This is a Dyneema thread dispenser. Dyneema is an incredibly strong and lightweight thread with some truly unique properties, including being 15 times stronger than steel, weight for weight, and even stronger than aramid fibers, which make up Kevlar. And in here we have a reel containing, would you believe, 15 meters or 50 feet of thread, which is less than 1/3 of a millimeter thick, but still has a 40-pound breaking strain. And that means 4 strands of this stuff would pretty much hold me up. And the dispenser also has a thread cutter built into the top here, which is a great feature because trying to snap the thread by hand would be pretty much futile. Now, thread is a must-have for outdoor survival, for sewing, fixing, carrying and binding, and for ultra compact and lightweight kits, this is a great option, and the price is great too at just $4. And if you want a bit more strength from your thread, then take a look at this. This is a 10 strand Dyneema thread, still super thin, but this time with 130-pound breaking strain. We have 10 meters or 32 feet of thread here in this silicone dispenser, which is cleverly designed to keep the end accessible whilst avoiding unwanted unraveling, and it also allows you to wind it back up easily too. Again, perfect for a compact outdoor kit when, say, paracord might be just a bit too bulky. And this is also a great price too, coming in at just $3. Those like me who like to put together a compact kit in an Altoids tin will appreciate these next items, because what we have are survival food grade tins. Now this first one is the same size as the original Altoids tin, but it has thicker walls, so it's a bit tougher, and the slip lock catch is a bit tighter, which is a nice improvement too. And we also have this nice topographical etching on the lid, so a great alternative to the original Altoids tin. And for the price at the time of filming, this was just $2. And there's also a larger size version with the same features, which offers nearly double the space of the smaller tin and comes in at $6. And if you prefer a bit of organization, then you might like this silicone divider that stops any rattles and divides the tin into 4. And this one is for the small tin and is glow in the dark, costs $3.50. We also have the larger versions for the larger tin in orange and green, and they come in at $3.75. When it comes to flashlights, this one doesn't look particularly small, but this is not an LED flashlight, it's an LEP flashlight, and for that reason it is actually one of the smallest I've seen. This is called the Mini LEP Cosmos by Maratac, and LEP, if you didn't know, stands for Laser Excited Phosphor, and for the record does not output a laser light but shines a blue laser internally onto a phosphor element, which then reacts to produce a very bright white light, and that light is focused through a lens to produce a very long range beam, which in the case of this light is quoted at half a mile, be it with a very narrow beam pattern. Now there are 2 power levels with this light which you cycle through using the tail switch. We have a high power mode which will give you a runtime of around 1.5 hours, and then there's a low power mode which is good, we are told, for around 3 hours, and there's also a strobe mode. Now the application for a LEP flashlight beyond impressing your mates is quite niche, aimed more at spotting distant targets than finding your way about, and that LEP technology does come at a price, and this one will set you back $95, and that's without the battery, which is a 14500, and it will cost an additional $7. And if you then need a charger for that, something like this one is quite a nice option. It's USB powered and it will charge lithium ion, nickel metal hydride and also NiCad, and this will set you back a further $12. These are called Widgy bars, and they're a simple pry bar with a curved end, and we have 3 different sizes here. We have a 2-inch, a 3-inch and a 4-inch, and they're made from high carbon steel, so no flex. We have a nail puller and also a hole in the end so it can attach to a keyring or a lanyard, and this is the tool that will stop you bending and breaking your screwdrivers and knife blades. And the sizes here are ideal for everyday carry or keyring carry, or for an Altoids tin for that matter. And the larger size here is ideal for one of my get me out of trouble kits, which is where this one is headed. These are made in the USA, originally to supply the US government, and they're not heavy. The biggest one here weighing in at less than an ounce or around 20 grams. And as for the price, they cost $17, $18 and $19. This is a simple but practical item, and it's called the carbon fiber key Amigo Clip, and you simply attach it to your keys or mini flashlight or pocket knife to stop them falling to the bottom of your pocket. And I've been testing this as an alternative to my Key Smart Nano Clip on a Victorinox knife, and it works really well. And the great thing about this is that it's made from carbon fiber, so super strong and ultra lightweight at just 2.7 grams or 0.1 of an ounce, and it won't scratch your gear either. As for the price, expect to pay around $7. This is the slide box, and it's machined out of a solid block, that Ultra material, and weighs just 18 grams or just half an ounce. And it has a very secure double ball bearing detent catch which keeps it closed, or can be half open or fully open without losing the lid, which incidentally has that very nice topographical design engraved into it. You decide what goes in here, but meds or mints or tinder spring to mind, or any small parts you don't want to lose. And as for the price, this is made out of Ultem, so it's not going to be cheap, and expect to pay around $30. Next up, we have some great miniature EDC gadgets from Ant Design, who it seems are having a sale as I record this, so prices will no doubt be subject to change. Now, Ant Design make one of our favourite Keyring quick release connectors, the Q1, which was featured in my 2023 Budget Gear of the Year video. This is a titanium version of the Q1. It's lightweight, extremely secure and quick and easy to attach and release, and looks super cool too. And last time I looked, this titanium version was $20 and the aluminium version, which comes in a load of anodized colours, was $10. Now, I really like this Keyring belt clip, and it's one of the nicest ways I've seen of attaching gear to a belt or something like a wide strap. Again, titanium and very light, and the Keyring part here pivots to create an opening to allow it to slide onto a belt, and then it snaps back, holding the clip in place. To remove, just reverse the operation and slide the clip up and off the belt. This looks and feels top quality and comes in at around $20. This I think could be a useful item for some. It's a Keyring spirit level, titanium and lovely quality, and I assume the liquid in here is some form of oil because the bubble moves slowly, making it really nice to use. And for me, I'm going to use this to level my camper van, so I'm going to keep it on those keys, and the price is around $23. Tweezers are always worth carrying, especially if you don't already carry a Victorinox, and these again are titanium with a keyring loop, and they are super strong, so you can get a really solid grip with these. Expect to pay around $20. This next item is a favourite of mine, and it's a titanium keychain glow fob using a large and bright tritium tube, and that means it will glow for many years without any intervention. The tube is available in a variety of different colours, although the eyes are particularly sensitive to green, so I think that is a good choice. I think this looks really cool. It's probably one of the nicest I've seen, and from a practical point of view, you would attach this to anything you might need to access quickly in the dark. As for the price, this comes in at around $44, which I think is very competitive when you look at the other options out there. If you like to pick your teeth, then this titanium toothpick might well be of interest. It cleverly conceals the pointy end, which unscrews and then screws back into the handle, as you can see here. Now, I don't generally pick my teeth, but I'm sure there are other uses for this too, like perhaps getting a splinter out. And as for the price, well, expect to pay around $19. Another pill case, this time made out of, yes, you guessed it, titanium, and that means it's very light at 7 grams or about 1/4 of an ounce. Some nice design detail here and a nice shape, and we have an O-ring seal to keep the contents dry, and the price is coming in around $11. And then we have a lightweight titanium whistle, genuinely useful for attracting attention or calling for help, especially when in the outdoors. Now, it's very loud, which is hard to demonstrate on a video, although I'll give it a go. And that high frequency travels a long way compared to just shouting. One for an outdoor kit perhaps, costing around $11. Now my ears are ringing. In fact, many of the items here will be finding their way into updates of my various travel and outdoor get me out of trouble kits, and if you've not seen one of those and would like to, then here are a couple of examples. I have up here an Altoids tin urban kit, and down here I've got an outdoor adventure kit to give you some ideas. And that does it for this one. I hope that's been useful. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope you can join me in the next one.